how you can cut your drywall with just a level and a measuring tape, or how to cut your drywall with the level and a snap line, okay, string line, okay, and how to use a drywall T or square. All right. Now, we have a featured guest today. This is our featured guest. This little guy flew into my house and I was getting ready to videotape. So I thought I'd just show this little guy right here. Now we're going to release him. I'm sure he'll fly off. He flew in. Here we go. Okay, little guy. There you go. Come on. Now, you ready for the takeoff? Gone. 60 seconds or less. All right, now back to what we're here for. All right. So now we are going to get this cut and I will show you the different ways. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to make this 4 foot by 4 foot. All right, this is 4 foot across from one side to the other. All right, and I need it 4 foot long to start with. Then I've got to notch it out. So let's prepare to do that. All right. Now, as we are preparing, okay, let's zoom in just a tad. All right. Now we want it 4 foot by 4 foot. Now, the drywall square, this is 4 feet. All right. 4 feet. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pull with the measuring tape so I can show you. All right. So we're going to pull it all the way to the end. I want to make sure you can see where we're going here. All right. Now, zoom in where you can see up close and personal. And now we are going to bring this down 4 feet. All right, and as I tighten this up, you will see this sits right at 4 feet. All right, now you can either use a pencil, you could use a nail. You just need something to scribe with, to put a mark. Okay, now you can use your drywall knife. All right, you come right here to the edge and put this drywall knife right in line with your 4 foot mark. Kind of wiggle it back and forth, and you've got your mark. You come over here with your pencil, do the same. All right. Now we make an arrow, it's called a crow's foot. We know right where the point is. You could take a nail and do the same thing. All right, now. Or you could take your square, put it down here, bring it to the edge. All right. I've got some interference up here I got to move. All right. And as you see, we have 4 foot right through here. Now this makes it just about an 1/8 shorter. Okay, it's an 1/8 shorter. All right, it says a 1/16 shorter. It's about an 1/8 shorter. All right, now I can either take my drywall square and lay it across here, right to that line, and then cut along the line with my drywall knife all the way across. All right, all the way across to the other side. Or I could pull down from the top of this, come down, mark on the other side. All right. And I could mark this right over here, just like this. I'm marking inwards at a slight angle. Okay, both sides are marked. I can then take my 4-foot level. All right, I line it up that line and on this line over here. Then I could take my knife and cut across. All right, and then mark it, come back over here and finish the cut. All right, now with a snap line or a chalk line, all right, I would take the chalk line and I would hook it right here at this mark, and we will do this right now. All right, I'm going to hook that right here. I'm going to get this line in center with my pencil line. I'm dead on center. Okay, and I will come over here, cross to the other side. And I will hold this in place because it has a tendency to want to move. Pull this across. All right, bring it right over here to the line on the other side. All right, and if that's right where you want it there, you're good. All right, and I'm right where I want to be there, and then you just pull up, bam, and then you cut right on that blue line. All right, and the best way to cut that on the blue line is you sit to one side of it. All right. All right, there it is. I'm sorry, you couldn't see what I was doing. All right, now I will show you this can be cut as if you don't have any other tools. Sit here where you're in a comfortable spot with your arm to just kind of slide right along your side. Come here to your mark and push down and slowly pull back, because you can go off your angle like I just did, but go slow. And the object is to stay in the center of your chalk line, just like I'm doing now. And that's why you're right in a comfortable spot where your arm will just naturally swing along your side at that point. Okay? Not, see, I'm going too fast, getting off my mark. There we go. Now I'm going to show you a dimpler and two different styles of dimplers. That's a drywall screw dimpler and how they work. for countersinking the screws. Okay. When I get in there, I got to make a couple more measurements on here before we hang it. This is just the initial cut, and I want to come back here and pull it to me. Again, you want to go slow because it's easy to move away from your line. All right. Keep your eye on the line and stay focused. Now, I'm gonna have to, when this flips over, I gotta cut a notch. Okay, and so that notch is gonna be on this side because when it goes up, it's gonna end up over here. So you gotta think in reverse. All right. So we're gonna show you what I'm doing. I gotta cut this side because when the drywall flips over, the left is going to become the right, right will become the left. All right, keep that in mind. All right, so I have to cut out this notch now. All right, now I've got to come over 9 3/4. All right, 9. Okay, 3/4. That's right here. All right, 9 3/4 is right here. All right, this piece I am not cutting. Then I'm going to cut out this section here. All right, and that's 18 1/8. Okay, so when it comes from my pencil line right here over to 18 1/8. All right, so we're going to come 18 1/8. That's 2 lines over from 18. Bam, it's a little bit bigger than the first one. The first line after 18 is a 16th. The second line over from 18 is an 1/8. All right, so this is 18 1/8. Now we're gonna have to go inside because now I need to take the depth. How long is it gonna be? All right, so let's go take that measurement. Well, thanks for being here. Who's in the chat? All right, we're going to go take a measurement right now. Here we go. All right. So let's go check this out. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. All right, now I'm going to show you the drywall lift. All right, we're going to be using the drywall lift. I've got to go around that piping, and that's PEX tubing there. That's the valve. All right, the control center. So I got to take a measurement of that. How far, how deep do I got to go? All right. So Let's find out how I want it close. All right, I'm going right behind here to this point. All right, so it's going to be 6 1/8 back. All right, by 18. By 18 1/8. All right. Okay, we are going 6 1/8 back. All right. Now let's go get this cut. All right. Now, okay, now let's zoom in. All right. Okay, so we want to come back 6 1/8. All right. So we're going to come back here. Come back, go down, should I say? 6 1/8. All right. So let's do that. Okay, now you gotta get that 6 1/8. So what we're gonna do to keep this straight, quick and easy, that's where this T comes in. All right, we bring this T right here to our mark. There's numbers on it. All right, that's 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and 1/8 is here. Bam. All right, then we come over here right to this point here, and we will make the next measurement. All right, so zoom in a bit. All right. I'm trying to get that in the view. Keep it right in the view. Okay. All right. So now we will use the drywall square. All right, we're gonna bring it right over here to this point. And this makes it look quick and easy. Marking and cutting just really speeds up your cutting time. All right, it's just going to mark it right where you want it, and then you can cut this really quickly. All right, now so come over here bring that to 6 and 8. All right. 6 and 8. Bam. Okay. Come over here. Bring it to this. Other side. 6 and 8. There. All right. And remember, I'm doing this to show all you that are not familiar and or maybe haven't ever done this. All right. So okay, now we're going to take this square, it's a drywall square. We're going to put it right here. All right. To the bottom of my pencil line. Right there to 6 and 8. Okay, now you don't even have to mark it when you're using a drywall square. I was marking it for your benefit, for the viewing audience's benefit. All right, you just hold it down, cut it this way, stop on your line over here, right there. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to bring this around, come right alongside my pencil line here, right where I want it, bam. Okay, now we're going to cut. Stop it at the corner, bam, right there. Again, slide it on over. Yeah, this would have been cut if I would have used my drywall knife to start with, but I just wanted to show you different options. Okay, you can use a straight edge for this, like I say, in your level. Next, I'll be showing you the drywall lift and how the drywall lift works. Okay, and this part here gets cut out. All right, now next thing I'm going to do is cut this. So how am I going to cut it? Let's show you how I'm going to cut it next. Let me show you. All right, I'm going to pick this up. Straight up. All right, now we're going to snap it right here. Okay. It snaps that easy. Now, how am I going to cut it? Wow. How am I going to cut this? That's the question. Thanks for the thumbs up. Who's in the chat? The lighting just faded. All right. My lighting just got dark on me. Trying to get a better light. All right, now I'm going to This is how you cut this, and you see by folding it, it'll stand on its own, which allows you to come down here to the bottom of the, right here in the seam at the joint, where it's bent, and come down here, cutting right in to that joint. You can hold both sides. Okay, so now I'm going to hold it. All right, now you just carefully separate it. Lay this down. Now we can cut out, we can finish removing the notch. The section that we now need to remove. All right, we will remove this notch right here. All right, now let's zoom in. Okay. Yeah, you should be able to, you can see. All right, great. Now, for removing this, I could use my roto zip. All right, I'm going to clean off this excess right here. All right, now I've taken this and pushing it, wiggling it back and forth, and all the way down. All right, wiggling this back and forth all the way down, so you're puncturing the other side. Now I have a roto zip that I could use, that I will also be showing you, and all the tools you need for a quick job, more professional. All right, so I'm notching this, all right, on the back side as I do this, and that's the purpose. All right, I'm going all the way through it, all the way down, so you get like a perforated line back here on the back side of the drywall. All right. Okay, now I've got drywall below this I'm having to be careful with. There's a corner. Now I'm going to cut through that drywall a little more. All right. Now I'm going to cut down through here. And the other side. Okay, I got to make my, gotta perforate it. Gotta get this perforated. Okay, bam. This will give you a line to follow on the back side. Is the purpose of giving it this perforation. All right. All right, now we're here at the corner. Bam, now we're going to cut through the drywall. A little more. That's just a little tougher now. We're going to stand this up. All right. And I will show you the preparation in just 1 second. All right, preparations are here and over here. All right. Oh, the lighting again. Right here you see the preparations. All right. So I'm just gonna come down here, score the paper. Whoops. Score the paper. All right. Okay, now we're gonna touch it here. Come down. Then catch this over here. All right. Like I said, the roto zip would be faster. And just following preparations. Giving you your straight edge. All right. There we go. All right, right here. Zoom out just a bit. Next we'll be using the drywall lift, so bear with me. All right, this is ready to go. All right, there we are. Bam. Now let me show you what we have. There's your opening. Right there. All right, now we're gonna have to get set up and get this on the lift. Okay. Now let's go do that. Okay. Let's get this done. Not now, but right now. All right. All right. Now, let's bring this in here. You can see how all this works. All right, that's going to lift up. All right, I got to keep my eyes and make sure I have valves. This is how it works down here. Lever on the other side. All right, when you pull this lever up, it's a brake. All right, so when you pull it up, it allows the wheel to spin and to raise or lower your lift. All right. Now, let me see if I can't get this. All right. We're gonna raise this up. Okay. All right, let me show you the progress here of where we're at. Okay, and we are almost up there. Okay, so let's get this up there. Okay, and you can kind of see what's going on. Now the roto zip will cut out the hole on the skylight up there. I'll show you how that works and what it is up close and personal. All right. Now, pull up on the brake on that lever and bring her up. Okay, and this will move back and forth, left and right, as you're hearing it go now. All right, now that enables me to get on the ladder and then move it right into place where I want it now that it's close. All right. Now, to do, okay. So, I will show you the 12-foot sheets I hung with this the other day. On my last video, my channel, I'm showing you it going up in motion. Okay. All right. So, all right. Now, let's get up there and get that moved forward. All right. I've got to move that forward. Let's zoom in a bit. All right. Let's get you a better view. It's got to go around that tubing. The water lines, let's get it going. See, right against the wall and forward. Bam. Now we're going to see exactly how that's looking. All right, over there, up close and personal. All right, now. Okay. Now let's see how it turned out. Let's just see how it turned out. All right. There we go. Right to the other side. And we're right to the other side. And that looks like it's going to be right. All right, now I'm going to show you the different styles of dimplers and what dimplers are. Bye. All right, now this is a 12-footer. All right, that I showed you how I hung it yesterday, and I'll be talking about screw patterns. All right, as well. That's 12 feet. It looks longer. There's the opening that I cut out. All right, now I went 8 inches, 6 inches on center in the center. I'm sorry, I went 8 inches on center in the middle and 6 inches on center on the edges. Okay. That's 6 inches apart right there. Okay. 6 inches apart. All right. 6 inches apart. This I went 6 on this one. Code is 12 in the 12 in the middle, but on the ceiling, I like doing 8 in the ceiling, in the middle of it, all right, in the field. And along your walls here, I also went a lot closer, but they tell you you can go from 16 inches in the field or in the center to 12 inches in the center, all right? But 8 is a good distance, and I like that. All right, that's 8, that's 8, 8, just a little bit more. Anyways, but basically they're all 8. All right, but you can get away with, by code, 16 to 12 in the field. All right, now let's get back to the dimplers and what these drywall dimplers do and how they work. All right, so I'm going to show you a dimpler. Okay, drywall dimpler. This has like a clutch in it. This is a dimpler. This is a new style dimpler. This is an older, original style dimpler. So let's take a look at these up close and personal here. And we will demonstrate right here where you can clearly see. Now let me show you what these dimplers look like. All right. Okay. Now, let me get that in order. Hey, let's get this. Squared away. All right. Now, all right. Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom out a bit. We've zoomed in way too much. All right. All right. This is a drywall dimpler. All right. This sets on your driver, okay, on your Phillips head, so that it kicks off the screw and it countersinks it. And I'll show you how that works. All right. Now, this is the old style. Okay. Sorry about all this movement. All right, now, okay, this is live and not Memorex. Let's zoom in there a bit. Okay. All right, now we're gonna show you this dimpler in action. This screw goes right on top. All right, now I will show you how it works. Bam. Now I'll show you what it looks like up close and personal. You can see how it's countered. So it's set in, it's countersink. That when you put your mud and tape on, it will fill with the mud and you'll be just fine. All right. Now, I will show you this dimpler with the clutch. All right. This has like a built-in clutch into it. It spins. Okay. And this goes right on top like this. Now there's a magnet there that helps to hold it. Okay. Now, if you use just the dimpler itself, all right, if you notice, this has this is a driver. Okay, and you see the section here, this is where it holds it in. Well, the dimpler itself, unless you put this in a drill, you'll be fine. But on one of these impacts, it'll fall out of the impact. All right, I'll put it right here in the impact. Okay, but as you see, all right, if you take it, I'm trying to, you tip it upside down, it falls out. All right, so this new one with the clutch, it has one of those notches built into it. Okay, so you just put this here, pull the sleeve up, it drops in, and it's locked in place. All right, now so we're going to show you how this will work right here. All right, now this is the one with the clutch. You'll hear a difference. There it is. There's the spot, and you can see. All right, again, that's countered. All right, mud, and take your mud over it, and bam, it's completely covered, and it makes it quick and easy, and they're all that way. Okay, they're all dimpled. All right, now let's get to the ceiling. Let's anchor the ceiling in. Thanks for being here. Who's in the chat? All right, you'll see me work on this over here. Okay, as I'm getting this dialed in. All right, let me get this set better so you get a better view on it. All right, now you'll be able to see this one in action. All right. Now the difference with this dimpler, you got to replace these. You got to throw these away when your Phillips head is wore out. All right. And the nice part about these, the one with the clutch, this will pull down. I'll show you. You pull it down, you turn it. All right, this exposed, and then this Phillips will pull out. All right, and that's the beauty of that. You're just replacing your Phillip tips until this wears out. Now, I've never used one before. This is the first time. I don't know how long it will last. So we're going to find out how long it will last. All right, now let's get this drywall anchored. Enough talking. Let's get to work. All right. So let's do this. All right, now get over here where I can get this anchored. Okay. Now this rocks, it will tilt, all right? So you can maneuver it, okay? I'm gonna have to raise this up just a hair more, okay? All right. Now, and come up here and get that pushed over a little more to the side and straightened out. All right. And there we go. They do have these professional dimplers that have about, 8-10 screws that you have on a plastic like belt, and it automatically feeds them as you go, and that makes it really nice. Now I'm coming away from the edge about 3/4 or so. All right. And the reason I'm going about 3/4 of an inch away from the corner so that it doesn't crush it and disturb and break up the edge on the edge. All right. And this is how you do it. And I'm going about 3 inches apart here. All right. And these are 1.25 inch screws. The screws I'm using are 1.25 inch. A little too close to the edge. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here on top, and I'm going to screw a screw down from the top down at the edge of the skylight so that I know where the edge of the skylight starts here on the bottom, all right, as a marker so I know right where I'm at. I have to move this ladder away a bit. Okay. Okay. Now, all right, so now I'm going to have to come over here. All right. Sorry about all this excess movement and this adjustment. All right, now we can zoom in a bit. All right, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to go above the drywall, above the skylight, and I'm going to screw down through the top so I know where the edge of the skylight starts, somewhere in this location here. All right. Actually, it goes the other way. All right. One there and one right here. Okay. And there. Now I'm going to hold this up till I get several in so the pressure doesn't rip the drywall away from the nail. The nice thing about this, I can now move this out of my way and anchor another one. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go over here on this edge, right here. All right, about 3/4 away. All right. Get another one. Put my finger over here on the edge of the drywall, and I'm giving myself a slight space because the finger's about a 1/2 inch thick. And that should be good. All right, now, so I can start tacking it together. Over here on this other side, I can also come over here from the top again. Now that I got this side up on the skylight, I can mark this other side and then know right where that edge starts. So when I go to put my screws in, I'll know where I'm at. When I go to use the roto zip, I'll know right where to start the roto zip as well, and where it ends. All right, so I'm going to come over here. Right, now it gets one over here. And we'll be good. All right, let's see. There we go. All right. Now let's get this lather moved over. And sooner I can move this lift, the better. All right. Now, let's get this position back here. All right. So I have the skylight marked out. Okay. For the most part, I may have to put one more screw in it, and I may not. All right, now I can come up and bring that up there. No, okay, I'm gonna have to come over there to that side. I'm gonna have to just go over there right now. Okay. So I'm going to have to move this ladder over to this other side so I can do what I need to do over here. This ladder is going to be just narrow enough. That is a good thing. So I can get back in this corner. All right. Now, I'll be able to get right up into this corner, right up there. All right. Now, this drill gun happens to have a magnet here on top for your screws, this Ryobi. If not, you can always take a magnet and glue it right to the top of your drill. All right, now I'm gonna come in here 3/4 of an inch, roughly to the edge, from the edge, and hold that. All right, well, holding this up with my head, my hand over here on the other side in the corner. All right, I'm taking the pressure off. Okay, your head will help hold some of the pressure so it doesn't rip off of the screws. But with this lift, it really holds the majority of the weight, so that's great. Oh, this one, this feels I got. It's binding. I'm gonna have to knock this up. All right, we have what's called the drywall tee. I will show you the drywall tee. All right, and the reason it's called the drywall tee because it looks just like a tee. All right, now I'm going to take this drywall tee. I'm going to put it up right here to hold this up tight, and that's the purpose of it. Okay. Off of there. All right, that's the drywall tee. All right, and it's holding it up tight right there. All right, I got busy with this video and left it out of the equation. All right, you can put that anywhere you want on your ceiling to hold your drywall up and tight. And I'll show you something else. You want your tee longer than the room is tall. All right, so that's about a 4-inch extension down there that I scabbed onto the side so I can make it tight. Now this room, most rooms you want maybe an inch more, 1.5 inches more. You want it longer by about that. But in this room, I needed to make it longer, custom fit it to the room. So remember, you always want it a little longer. Measure from the floor to the ceiling, and then make your drywall tee about 1.5 inches or so longer. All right, that way you can pressure the drywall up, keep it tight to the ceiling. All right. Now, I can get this anchored. All right. You see how it just kind of bumps it right off of there? The clutch kicks in. All right, so now I'm going around this notched out area around the piping. There'll be a box I'll have to build around this. You'll never see this. You'll never see this. Okay. Now those professional guns, drill setups with the dimpler and your plastic setup, your screws. That's sweet. It's quick. I've probably been done with this already. All right. But this just keeps it real. If I had someone working, helping me, it would go faster, of course. You just got to be patient. Now, I see my screw up here that's coming down from the top, and that tells me I'm right here at the edge of the skylight. And that's why you put that in there. All right, so I'm going to come over about 3/4, maybe more like closer to an inch away. All right, and that'll put me into the truss above. All right, now if I line myself up and sight this in, all right, I can get this straight in line with it. And we're good. Okay. Let's come all the way back. Okay, and again, I'm sighting this in. I'm just looking straight in line with the other screws. The first screw I have down at the beginning. And if you're off a little bit, it's okay. You could snap a chalk line, you know, do all of that and make it perfectly straight. But it doesn't have to be. Remember, this is going to get filled, covered, painted, or even textured, and you'll never see them. But you want to try to get them as straight as possible, that is. And the more you do it, the easier and the straighter it'll get. Like anything else. Alright, for fun, so you, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to put in the other dimpler. Alright, so I'm going to pull this one out. Alright, here's this one. Alright, now, what kind of difference is this gonna make is the question, right? So, let's see the difference with this steel dimpler, alright? Okay, you heard the difference? It physically just pushes the Phillips right off the screw, alright? Alright, there we go. Bam, just like that. Okay. Bam. Okay, now there should be enough resistance on that to hold this side up in place. But before I remove this T, I'm going to run a couple screws up in there. All right, just to make sure it's nice and tight. Okay. Now I can remove the T and feel comfortable. Well, I can, now I need to kick this forward a bit. Tighten that up a little more. Okay. Now I can screw it over here next to the wall. Everything's tight and nice, and we know it's going to be a very good be anchored very well. Okay. Now, we're going to catch it right here. Right now, this anchor here. Okay. Now I can move this drywall slip out of the way, and let's show you how it functions and coming down. All right, there is a handle right here, right over here. Okay. Now, as I turn this and bring it down, all right, I got to raise this because it will hold it in place. I will show you how that works. All right. Now, what are you seeing? All right. Now, as I turn this, remember, there's this brake right here. So I got to pull this, release the pressure, and then I start bringing it down. Well, it just caught. All right. So I push this handle down the brake. I bring this back. All right. Now, a little tricky. All right. So I've got to, all right, I've got to now take this here. All right, take the tension off of it because it locks it in place there. All right, then you move it down and this, you can see here, the lift is now dropping. All right. So we have this handle right here that you got to, it's got a hook in it, and you got to raise it up to keep it out of the notch. All right. That way it holds it at that angle, at that spot. All right. Then you continue to lower the lift. Okay. Now, take the pressure off, pull it back, raise the brake with your leg. I'm raising that brake with my leg to get it started while I turn it. Now, there it is again. We're almost down. Okay, there we are. We're just about there. Okay. So I'm raising the brake with my leg just a little bit. I'm turning it down. I get it removed. And then I lower. All right. And I lower it on down. Make sure it don't drop on you. You really got to watch the lift. All right. And there it is, basically down. Okay, now we're going to move this out of the way. All right. Just going to lift up a bit and slide this. Okay. We are moving the lift. All right. Thank you for being here, who's ever here. All right. Now I'm going to move this lift, get it out of the way. You don't want to lift it too high. All right. Just enough to get it to move, because it can plow, because this thing pushes in together. All right. And so you don't want to lift up too high, because you don't want it to come apart. All right. All right, now, okay, now we've got that moved. All right, now we're going to finish the ceiling. All right, knock out like the bottom back. All right, see, I could get over here and then just pull it tight. There we go. Okay. And you can see how that's working. All right. Now, so we will continue to use this. All right. Now I'm going to anchor the rest of this, and I'll be putting up the other piece. The other piece is going to be almost 2 feet wide. Well, no, it's not going to be almost 2 feet wide. It's going to be almost 4 feet wide. All right. So, bear with me for a minute. One moment, please. All right, now let's do this. Get her done. It's taking too long. Way too long. All right, now. Okay, there we go. I'll be using this roto zip here in just a minute. All right. Okay, now when I get done screwing this sheeted plywood drywall, then I will be using the rotozip to cut out the opening here. All right, I'm not going to use the drywall knife. You could, but you saw how much time it took and how much of a pain it was. You do that little piece over here, this notch. It's basically the same thing. It's just bigger, so it would take longer, and this just keeps it nice and clean, quick and easy. All right. So, I'm going to finish this out right here. Okay. You can hear this hits harder when it stops than with the clutch. On the driver, the dimpler, with the clutch, it doesn't hit as hard when it kicks it off. You can hear the difference here. All right, I'm going to have to bump that up. I don't like how that's feeling. I think it's kind of pushed down. And I'm going to have to bump it up. I do believe. I think it's down just a little bit over here in this corner. Okay. I'm going to take this piece of wood. Let's see what we have going on here. Okay. Okay, that's nice and tight there. All right, let's get, I'm holding that up tight. I could use a drywall tee, but it's helping where it's at presently. So we're just going to leave it right where it is. Now the magnet's not as strong as this other dimpler. The dimpler with the magnetic, with the clutch, the magnet is much stronger and it holds the screws much better. And that's going in at an angle. All right, let's do it again. All right, that's got it held nice and tight. Now I can put in this other one and it should be just fine. Okay. Remember, about 3/4 inches back from the edge. All right. Okay. That's all done there. All right, looks like we can get in. We can put the roto zip to work, and we'll cut this out like it's butter. It's butter. All right. So let's get it ready. Okay. All right, now. Get this roto zip, and we will get that notched out. I zoom in. All right, and we can. Okay. Now we'll get this roto zip going before you know it. Okay. This is a roto zip. That's the blade right there, or the bit. It's almost like a drill bit, but not quite. Okay, this is a roto zip. Okay. Just plugged in. All right, now, looks like my key may be in the way, my drywall key. And that should be anchored enough to take it down like that. All right. Okay, so I know that right here at this corner, I'm good. All right. We've got this drill. I've got this screw in my way. But that screw, when I remove that screw, all right, it will also provide me with an edge to start with. All right. When I go to cut, it'll give me a hole to start with. Okay. There goes the tape. Almost hit the camera. Saved by the drywall lift. All right. Now the screws I'm using are 1.25" screws. All right, I mentioned that before, just in case you missed it. All right. Okay, I think we're ready now to pull the screws from up here that marks the edges, and we're good to go. Well, sometimes you just want to not cooperate. You want to cooperate. We're going to get a cooperator there. Now it'll cooperate. All right, got it knocked out of there, knocked up. Now we can use this roto zip, the moment you've all been waiting for. Here we go. Put on your earplugs, LOL. All right. Now I cut this in half, but I may be able to use this piece, so I don't want to waste it by cutting it in half. So I'm going to come over here where I can get to it better. Alright, you always want to work where you're comfortable. You don't want to overextend yourself. That's when you fall, have issues. You want to make sure you're balanced well. Because if you're not balanced well, you're also asking for a problem. And I may just, okay, we'll just do this. I'm going to cut it a little short. And now you know why I was saying this rotozip makes it more professional. It's quick and easy. Now you know why I say that. All right, I'm going to cut this again. All right. Because it's a little bit too long. But that allows me to get into here where I'm comfortable and where I can work comfortably and balanced. Okay. Remember, you want to work smarter, safer, not harder, reckless. You know, getting in a hurry and getting reckless. You just damage your material, hurt yourself. It just doesn't work. Not worth it. And remember, drywall is forgiving. You can always repair it, patch it. All right, there you go. So that's not bad. All right. Just remember that's a corner. That's going to get L metal, a corner bead, and it'll all blend. It'll get drywall mud. It'll be nice and neat and clean and beautiful. So some things you don't have to be all, you know, worried about. Be nice if you could see more. It went and moved on me. All right. So now I'm gonna be cutting the next piece of drywall. So let's go take my measurements for the next piece. All right. So we're going to go from that wall back. The wall starts or ends right there. From that point, we're going to meet the drywall to the end. That's where we're going next. I got to take a measurement. For the next step in this process. All right. Now, we want the width and we want the length. Width and length. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to front and the back. I'm calling this wall the front. So here we've got 31 and then we have 31. All right, and then I can check it over here. We have 31. Wow, we're even. Imagine that. Now, it's 31 inches wide by this corner. Okay, 48 and a quarter. Okay. And here we have 48 and a quarter, 48 and a half. So we're going to have a slight gap, and that'll be okay. All right, so it'll fit 31. I'm going to make it 39 and like 3/4. 39 and 7/8. That'll give me an 1/8 inch play. That'll be good. 39 and 7/8. Remember, there's 8/8 and 1 inch. That 39 and 7/8. So we'll have an 1/8 inch of play. That should make that nice and tight. Split that between both sides. That would give you a 1/16 inch per side. And that's nice and tight. Or if you need to move it over, you can always move it over if you need to. All right. So let's go out and get this cut. Okay, go out and get the next one cut. So we know we want full length, which is 49, which is 8 feet, and which is 4 feet. All right. I'm sorry, 48 inches is 4 feet. So we're gonna leave it at 48. And then that's in length and width. We're gonna make it 31 7/8. All right. That's what we're gonna do. All right, I'm getting this drywall lift over here in place. And that ready to go. All right, gotta get my ladder out of the way. Right anyway. All right, now. Up a tad. Okay. And now we'll be set. For the next piece. All right. All right. Okay. Let's go out here and get this next piece cut. All right. It's nice having this drywall on a trailer. It makes a difference. Those are 12-foot sheets there. Okay. Now all I'm going to have to do is cut this down to 31 7/8. All right. Drywall square. Alright, and just slide it over here. And bring it down to a mark. And the other thing I can do is the chin. Alright, let's go up here. And go. 7/8. What am I saying? 30 7/8. That puts me there, right there. All right. And I'm good. And saying, okay, 30 7/8 right there. I'm golden. All right. Let's check it up here. 30 7/8. I'm good. Okay, score your paper. Paper's been scored. All right. Now, let's take this, bring this up. And you fold it. All right. Now, we cut it right in the center of the bend. I can also double check my measurement. Perfect. Perfect. Now you cut it in the crease. Right here. Bam. There we go. Now let's go pop this one in place. All right, this piece is so small. I'm going to do it without the lift. Because you don't need the lift for this one. So you got to pressure it up with your head and hold it. It's a little bit more of a hassle, but I'll show you how it's done. This is small. This will be a pain. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a pain. Carrying this drywall. All right, so now I've got to get this lift out of my way. Wind was blowing, can you tell? All right, now let's get that lift out of my way so I can pop this one in and get it going. All right. Okay. These aren't normally this hard to move around. Usually they got wheels and they roll really well, really nice. All right, now you can't really see for the lift. All right, that's better. All right, now let's get the drywall over there. Let's get the ladder over there, and we'll be good. All right, you want your cut in going to the wall, if you can help it. All right. You want your cut in going to the wall. Okay. The smart thing to do is you get you a few screws already started in place. Okay. So let's get a few screws started. All right. We're going to get some screws started. Right, remember about 3/4 away from the edge, 3/4 of an inch that is. You don't want it to go all the way through, that way you don't have any interference. You're putting it up there, it's not grabbing, creating resistance. Okay. And remember, this is light, so you can put it up with a few loose screws. And you're all right to get it started. You should be able to be hands-free. Get your 4 corners, get a couple in the middle, and you should be good. Okay. And by pre-screwing them in like this, it makes it just a tad easier. All right. Now in these corners, I'm back about an inch, roughly, more in the center of that corner. All right, now I am ready to go. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the thumbs up. Now I'm going to put that little piece I have in my hand right there where it goes without using the drywall lift, because that's too small. I could use the lift, you know, but there's really no reason for it. Remember your square edge, the edge you cut, you want going through the wall. Okay. You get your measurements right, you're good. You're golden. See, and this is measurements are right. Everything's nice. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start one here in the center. Bring it up. All right. Okay, got those. Now over here in the middle. Too far out. Forgot about the hole. I should have taken into account for the sunroof skylights. All right. Oh, wow. It's like right here above my head. Okay, let's try right here. Nope. That didn't go. See, this was heavy. This was a big piece, it would be heavy and I'd be in a big strain, a real bind. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to catch this over here where I know I've got where it's solid, I can anchor it. See, I come back here, catch this one. Okay. Really? That's what you don't want. Okay. So let's. Okay, we're going to have to stick this right in this corner. Am I too long or am I what? Let's see. No, I'm not too long. All right. That's how you do that one. All right, now let's come back here. See, about lost my balance. See that? Now, this is where I find out where the edge of the skylight is, and I mark it. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to make sure you don't forget to move your screwdriver, your drill. All right, now I'm going to reach up inside and find where the back wall, where the skylight stops. And mark it. All right. Well, that wasn't too far off. Little bit though. All right. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get this roto zip going. Get this roto zip going here. Now we'll get this cut out and I'll screw it. You'll see how do it just a little differently this time. And I'm going to start in these screw holes I have right here. All right, until it marks the spot, the hole. All right. You don't need a hole. This will pump. This will punch a hole right into your drywall. Now that's done. Here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Dun, dun, dun. Here comes the sun, little darling. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Alright, so this is good. Come out well. And I'm a happy camper, can you tell? Alright. It helps if you don't drive it in reverse. And you want to drive them straight. That's important as well. I really try not to breathe with drywall dust. Anytime I'm cutting, I'll hold my breath. Now as I do this, I'm sighting in. I'm looking at the screws I've already put in. And I'm sighting it in. I'm looking at them and bringing my screw in line with them. With the heads of the other screws. We'll come back and get that one in a minute. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your time and interest. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. Feel free to ask me in the comments after the upload. Don't forget to hit the like button, share, subscribe, tell a friend. We'll come back and get that one. Alright, now I'll get this one out of here. I have to take my regular drill. Alright. Okay. She's a beaut. Oh. Alright, now I can get this edge here. I'm going to move this ladder so it's a little bit easier to get to. Oh, cut that edge already. Not that way. All right. Okay. We can zoom in. There you go. ARG. Let's see, what'd you say? Hey Ken, looks like you're having fun for sure. Yeah, I have a whole wall to do. I will add it to my installation on the house. All right, looks good, but you need to make those studs before you put them up. Yeah, yep. Oh, I did mark them. They're marked. All right. Now we're going to get that area. Thanks for being here, RG Homestead. All right. Okay. Okay. Now I'm talking about. Whew. She's a beaut. Okay. Now, we've got two 12-foot sheets. All right. The lid is complete. Now, I'll show you how you make a drywall tee. For those of you that may have never seen one or not familiar with one, they're really simple to do. All right, the drywall tee. All right, I have 3 nails in at the top. And I just use that. That's about 3 foot long. You can make this 2 foot on the cross piece at the top, the T part. You can make that 2 foot. That's about 3 foot. This is an 8 foot 2x4. And I knocked it off earlier, but I took this, all right, this piece here, and I came down, I marked about 4 inches up, and then I nailed it at that point. So I had it, so it was made it just a little bit longer than the room. All right, that way I could wedge it and get it, wedge it at the top to make it tie in, make the drywall tight to the ceiling or the lid. All right, I'll show you what this looks like from the front side. Okay, you want to use you want to use 16s. I happen to put this together using 8s. All right. So you put 3 nails in a row and line the center of your 2x4, and you drive them in. All right, and that's all there is. If you want, you could take a 2x4 and make a brace. Okay, and what you could do, if you wanted to really make it, if you wanted to have a permanent one that's gonna be permanent, you could set this up here like this. Okay, and then scribe it on the back side, scribe it to the top, scribe this here at the bottom, cut your angles, because that will give you your angles. That's too dark there. All right, here, this will do it right here. All right, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, you take your 2x4, lay it on edge, lay it flat, all right, and then mark it for it's here. We'll do it like this. Okay, you get this at your angles, all right. You take this and you take your pencil and you scribe your 2x4. You come over here and you scribe the 2x4. All right, right alongside, and then you have your angles. You cut those angles, you put them in place, you nail it together on each side, and you would have it supported. Or you could just, come down here where it's below the top and then put it there, but that's not really the way you want to do it. Cut your angles off, fit them inside, and mark it and cut it, and you'll be good. You'll have one that will last. If you need one to last. It also makes a good support for something else as well. All right, that's a drywall tee. All right, so I'm going to take a little break here and get a soda. And we'll go over the process of what I did, how I went about doing this. All right. And, we're going to do some cherry 7-Up. Okay. All right, now these can openers are kind of cool. They cut the whole lip off of the inner of the can, and it takes the lid completely off. It's nice and clean. It's child safe. That it won't hurt you. All right. All right, now let's go over the process of what we've done today. I've shown you how to use a speed square. All right, not a speed square, a drywall tee, a drywall square is what I call them. How to measure with your measuring tape both sides of your drywall, so that you can put a straight edge on it where it's a level, whether it's a chalk line, popping a line, or you could use a piece of wood, you know, as long as it's straight, just a straight edge to get your cut. All right. Then we use the drywall screw dimplers. They countersink the drywall screw into the drywall itself. We have a drywall dimpler that has a clutch setup on it, clutch where it kicks it loose and releases it without beating up the head of your Phillips screwdriver. That being mechanical, I don't know how long it will last. So far, so good, but you know, how many screws have I used? Have I screwed in? 100? You know, that's no test as of yet. If that holds up for the whole entire room, I don't know if it was worth it. What makes it worth it is if that clutch system holds up and all I have to do is put in new drywall screws, or not screws, put in new Phillips drivers, okay, in the tip. That's all I have to do, and it lasts for years, 3 or 4 jobs, 2 or 3 jobs, and okay, it's not too bad. The stationary dimplers that automatically kick off your screw, kick the screw off after it counters it or insets it. The Phillips tips wear out because they're spinning on the Phillips, not the notch there in the screw, and it wears out the tips. So those you just throw away. And those will do quite a few. Now those are easier to lose as well. You keep track of it, it may be okay. You get 4 in a pack with those. The other thing I've noticed is on the drywall dimpler with the clutch, it's a smaller Phillips head. It's not the normal size 2 Phillips head. It's like a number 1, I believe. So the size difference is a little different. Does it make a difference? I don't know yet. Will the normal size fit into it? Maybe. I don't know yet. I haven't tried it. When you do your drywall, when you set your screws on the ceiling, you want them at least 6 inches apart. I was making them 6 or less, 4 inches apart, 6 inches apart on the ceiling. In the middle, okay, you want to go, I would go no less than 8 on the ceiling, and I like doing 8 on the walls as well. They say you can go code as 12 inches apart per screw in the middle of your drywall to 16 inches of spacing on your walls in the center of the drywall. But again, I like doing 8 inches apart. You just know it's anchored real well. So again, six on the outer edges, 8 in the center. That's just overkill a bit, and I like that better. What else? The roto zip. That roto zip will punch right through your drywall. You can use it for your outlets. You have your blank outlets before your plugs go in, your sockets go in. And you mark the drywall first. So after you hang your drywall, you just go right up to the center and to the edge, follow it around, and it pops right out. Or you can drill a screw into the center of your outlet, plastic, the housing for your outlet. Put a screw in the center of the drywall at that point. Then after you drill it, you can just pull it right out, no problem. I may do a video on that here in the near future using the roto zip. So thank you for your appreciate you being here. I'm probably just gonna make like 20 minutes from a 3-hour video, and so I think I'll just kind of hang out, get the 3 hours in. Let's go look at that spacing. Here. Okay. All right, I'm checking that out. 1 second. Okay. Okay, as you see here, I've got this about every 3 inches. Okay, all the way up. Okay, we're looking at about 3 inches here. Okay. Three inches. Okay. And this is PEX. It's coming into copper pipe here, but this is all PEX. You don't want sun to get on the PEX tubing. And this is a brass PEX nipple that's soldered in with a pressure gauge. All right, that one's empty. All right, and you can see the pressure you're dealing with. Okay. And so this is a cold, hot. All right, this is a commercial setup for your PEX, having this command center here. All right, this is going to get enclosed. I'm going to build a real nice box that's going to enclose it all the way around. All right, then I'm going to have some hinges and some doors. The door is going to swing here separately, swing there separately, or I may just do one door for both of them. Probably be the way I end up going. You can see the red, that's for the hot. You can get it in red and blue, or you can get it in white. The white's just harder to keep track of, which is which. So that's that's the system, the valves right here. You want to work on your bathroom cold, turn off the cold. You want to work on your bathroom valve, turn off the valve, turn off the hot. All right. That makes it really nice. Okay, that's going to get fixed there. That's a vent pipe. That will be repaired. And so I'm excited about getting this finished. And so, again, this is one sheet of 12-foot drywall that this drywall lift made happen. And this was a second sheet, 4x12s went in here. All right. 8 inches apart on the screws in the field. I call it the middle, but it's the construction term is called the field. The center of your drywall is the field. All right. Your perimeter, the edges is your perimeter, and the center is your field. All right. And I feel real good about this. And I'm going to look forward to getting it finished. Helping a friend get this done. So, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Got some insulation to put back in here. I like the blown in. Blown in's really nice. All right. It's a beautiful day. Nice, comfortable. Sorry about the face shot. A nice, comfortable day. Woo, woo. The bird in the beginning of the video, that little sparrow. Well, it wasn't a sparrow. It's a cross between a sparrow and something else, I believe, is what it is. What it looks like. That flew into the house, and so I caught it, and I thought that's a good time, so I'll just show it on the channel. I have a video where I was staining cabinets, the bathroom cabinets black, and there was a gopher snake showed up, a great big 5.5-foot gopher snake. So that was put in that video, which was kind of cool. I would have loved to have kept it. That's for sure. As I'm kicking back out here. So got to get in there, and now I can start working on the walls, putting the walls up, the drywall and the walls. I got to put some plywood back up and get some insulation in there, and get some electrical hooked up, and get this room all dialed in. I'm looking forward to that. So getting close. Next will be working on a bathroom, doing another vanity, some rectangle type gold and black vessel sinks. They look really sharp. I've never seen any quite like these. I'm looking forward to getting them hooked up, put in, and get the vanity tiled, and then doing the vessel sinks, getting them all hooked up. And I plan on doing videos of that as well. And chandelier. There'll be a chandelier in there for lighting, which will make it quite unique to have a chandelier in the bathroom. Um, so I'm looking forward to getting all that dialed in. Um, yeah, that will be really nice. So I'm looking forward to getting to that point here, which isn't too far off. That'll be the next project after this drywalling I'm doing now with some electrical. Just moving a light switch, moving a plug, a couple plugs, and making it a little more accessible, user-friendly. Putting in the USB plug where you've got a regular plug, 110 plug, and then it has a couple of USB connections. That'll be cool. Updated. So look forward to doing that. I'm not sure how long those USB outlets will work in the plug. They should be pretty well made and they should last, is my expectation. But I don't know at this point. It's too new for me anyway. But they'll be there. Just think have the USB outlets with the plug kind of cool, and those are like $25 a piece or something like that. They end up, they can go up in price as well. But anyway, I'm just shooting for this 3-hour mark. I'm just killing some time here. And let's look around a bit. A little hazy today. A little hazy. Feels like you're at the beach. It's like about 75, I want to say. Feels like about 75 with a nice cool breeze, believe it or not. All we're missing is the ocean breeze and the beach. Well, I appreciate everyone that has come in and visited and hanging out, and thumbs up. Remember, tell a friend. It's a win-win-win. Share, like, subscribe. Oh, and this drywall is around $14 a sheet. I can't believe how much they've raised the prices. 2x4, $6 for a 2x4. That's unbelievable. Are they trying to kill the housing economy, housing market? $6 a 2x4. I don't know, are they crazy? You know, we don't live in Beverly Hills. Give me a break. People can't afford. People in general can't afford, and they wonder, we have all this homeless. We need to be helping people, not making it harder for them to obtain, to achieve, to pursue their goals. Making it so hard to reach, to get to, you know. A $2 2x4, $1.25 2x4. I remember when 2x4s were 90 cents. 70 cents for a 2x4. And before they raised them, they were $2, $2.50. We need to quit raising things, the price of everything. Not before long, it'll only be the rich able to afford something. Then where will we be? We got to keep things at a decent price so everybody or most people can afford it. We need to get back to basics, America. We need to get back to basics. God and country, God and family. We're turning our backs on God and our country's falling apart. What's wrong with that picture? Our country was founded, built, based on God. Our forefathers learned to read by reading the Bible. That was their reading book. That was their English book. The Word of God, the Bible. So what's wrong with this picture, America? You got to get back to basics. Got to get back to basics, y'all. I hope Mike Pence runs for president. Or if Trump's running, I hope he's got to, I don't know. Too bad. He should have remained president, at least for another term anyway. I don't know what Obama's doing, telling Biden what to do and how to run a presidency. I don't know what Obama's doing in there to start with. We got to get back to basics. That's the bottom line. Constitution, Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence. Know it, study it, read it. Read it, know it, study it. Do your research. Find a class that teaches the Constitution. There are classes out there. Douglas Gibbs on YouTube. He teaches the Constitution. I have a playlist on the Constitution by Douglas Gibbs. He was teaching the class. And so you can find the Constitution being taught in my playlist on Learn the Constitution. Yes, I have a playlist. Douglas Gibbs taught the class. And I titled it, Learn the Constitution. That can be found in the playlist, in my playlist. So thank you for being here, for watching. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. Appreciate your time. I've hit my 3-hour mark. So I appreciate it. I hope you've learned something. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And as always, never give up, because there's always a way. Always. God bless. Bye for now. Keep looking up and never give up. Easy 2 tips and tricks. We use everything up close and personal.